Hi, welcome to this video. Today I'll be showing you how you can make a Chrome extension. In particular, I'll be showing you how to make a Supreme autofiller. So for those of you who don't know what an autofiller is, it's essentially an extension that will allow you to fill in all the details of a form in an instant with just a click of a button. And in particular, we're going to be trying to fill in the checkout form of Supreme. So this will save a few seconds trying to fill in all those details, and you'll be able to replicate this for any site that you want. And I'll show you the entire process, and hopefully you can make loads of these, and that would be pretty cool. So Chrome extensions are built using JavaScript, CSS and HTML, so just standard web frameworks. So that means you don't really need to install too many things. All you'll need is the Chrome web browser and a text editor. So I'm using Visual Studio Code, but any other text editor will work. So if you want Sublime Text or even Notepad, anything will work. So anything else I need to cover? Yeah, so Chrome extensions, so just to cover what they are and how they work. So an extension allows you to have a more interactive experience with your browsing experience, I guess. They are built using, like I said, HTML, CSS and JavaScript, but they are enclosed in a closed environment, but they can interact with the web page. Well, with that, I think I'll just kind of crack on and we can start making a Chrome extension. So the structure of this Chrome extension will be that we'll have one folder which will house a welcome page. So when you install the Chrome extension, a page will pop up thanking the user that they installed the extension. We have another folder which actually houses the files for the extension itself, and then there'll be a few other files with a manifest file, which is just a description of how to use the Chrome extension, how the browser should install, and which files to run. And we'll have another file that will explain how the extension should interact with the web page. Okay, I hope that was everything. But before I do get started, I just want to say thank you for watching this sort of stuff. I do enjoy making these videos. I'm not the best at it, but I think I'm starting to improve, and I hope you are enjoying this. If you are enjoying it, please subscribe and like the video. And if you have any ideas for new videos, do comment that, and I'll try and make some new content. But yeah, with that, I think we'll just get started. So let's create one folder, welcome. This is going to house all the welcome, the welcome page. Then I'm going to call it ext for extension, and then within the welcome, I'm going to have a file background.js, and then I'll put hello.html. In the extension, I'm going to have index.html. and then just script.js. And then some other files that we'll need is a content.js file, and then a manifest.json file. Okay, we'll just start off with the welcome stuff to begin with. So the welcome should be very simple. Let's just test it out with let's say thank you. That's really it, to be honest. But you can dress this up, so later on if you want to improve it, make it look nice, you can dress it up. Also, just to mention, all this sort of information, how to make a Chrome extension, or if you want to improve it, make it look better, etc., is all documented within this website here. This is by Google itself, so Chrome developers. They have a page on extensions. It explains everything from scratch. So it'll explain how to make them, a welcome page, explain what all the different files and things mean. If you don't understand it from when I described it to you, there should be all the descriptions there. They even have a tutorial on how to make stuff. So even including the manifest file, which we'll be making later on, and also how to install a Chrome extension that you've made into your browser. Anyway, with that, let's carry on. So the background.js, this is going to run our hello.html file and pull it up on the screen. So we need to use the Chrome object. So chrome.runtime.onInstalled add listener async. So I'm going to use a lot of different things here, so it's quite complicated to describe every single bit of code that I write, but I'll try. So we're using the Chrome object, and when something is installed, we're going to add this listener to listen in when something's installed. We're using I've actually forgotten what this is called. Anonymous function, there we go. And it's going to run whatever's in here. So whenever something's installed, it's going to run whatever's in here. So let's say let URL equals chrome.runtime.getURL, and this is where we put the file welcome slash hello.html. Yeah. And then we're going to also do, we're going to create a tab, and we're going to open that file in the tab. So let tab equals await chrome.tabs. Sorry, I do look on the other screen just to make sure I'm writing the right syntax. And we can just console log that as well. And there we go. We could also print out the tab.id, I think. But I need to use the other. Yeah, so I want to use the other apostrophes. Okay, so that will run that file when it's installed. Let's give that a go. So to install Chrome extensions, you need to go to Chrome/extensions, and it should come up with like this. You should switch developer mode on, load unpacked, and then you try and find your folder, select folder. Oh, you need a manifest file. Before that, let's create a manifest file. Okay, so a manifest file is just a JSON document. Actually, let's do this. So within here, you can have some there's manifest file. You can just copy and paste what's in there. I'm just going to change it. Let's change the name to my autofills stuff. Okay, let's give that a go again. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Load unpacked. Select that folder, select folder. There we go. Okay, it didn't open the file, the page, unfortunately. I think it's because we need to what do you call it? Let's do this instead. We'll add this. I think you need the doc type. I think I might have forgotten that. Let's get rid of that, and let's just have not a button. Let's just say, ooh, heading. Thank you. Interesting. It's because I haven't even told you guys. Okay, my mistake. Okay, what we want is to mention we haven't specified that you have to run that file in the background. Okay, background, and then we can create a service worker. and then you just put the path to that file, welcome.background.js. Okay, let's try that again. You can just reload stuff from here. There's an error. Chrome runtime.getURL is not a function. Did I spell that wrong? URL is all in caps. And we can clear all, go back, reload that. There we go. Thank you. So that's working. Nice. Now we can actually get onto the actual Chrome extension. I just wanted to show you guys that you can dress it up a bit. Okay, cool. So we can leave that. You could later on, if you want to play around with the HTML, add a bit of CSS, clean it up, make it look pretty. Yeah, you can do all that. That should be pretty cool. Now we want to actually go onto the Chrome extension itself. Okay, so this is going to be a bit more complicated. So what we want to do is, like I said, the Chrome extension is a closed environment, and within the Chrome extension, that the window that pops up when you click one, that's all HTML. So we need to build the HTML and have a form that you can fill in, and then you're going to save whatever you filled in that form, and then whenever you go onto a page, you can click a button on the form to fill in the details that's on that form onto your page, if that makes sense. But hopefully it'll make sense once we start building stuff. So let's just start building. Let's have a look at what we want to make the form, what the form is like. So if you go into any website, I'm going to take Supreme. Let's pretend we're going to buy something. Let's buy that, checkout. So this is the form we want to fill in. I can go on developer tools. Go on elements, and then I can check the values of these elements here and stuff. So I want to have the full name, email, telephone, addresses, city, postcode, your card number, and your card details here. So those are the details we want to put in. So I'm gonna make inputs for each of those. Oh, input. What is wrong with me today? But what am I doing? This is a body, sorry. Then I can do input equals text input to write text is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 fields to fill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Now we can create IDs for each one. For ID, the first one's going to be, where's my Supreme one? Name, let's just call that name. The ID of the next one is email. ID is tele, and we'll just keep on going. Okay, we've done that. Then what you want to do is have a button to save. We make the button type, actually you don't need a button type, but we can just say ID. Button ID equals save. I'm gonna have a load. Save, load, autofill. Capitalize that one. We can have a look at, so in VS Code you get all these extensions. One of the extensions I have is live server. This one's quite cool, so if I have a HTML file I can just open it with a live server and it'll just show you what it looks like. So if I click that, this is what this looks like right now. It's really boring and weird, but this is what it looks like. So I have all the buttons here and I have all the fields here. We can put placeholders as well inside, just to make it look a bit better. So this is full name, placeholder. So for example, if we have a look at that, it says full name in there now, and I'll just do that for all of them. Okay, perfect. So we've got that. We're just going to keep it quite simple. I'm just going to leave it like that. You can do a lot more styling later on, but that's up to you. I feel like I want to get it working, and once you got it working, you can style it out quite nicely. So script.js, this is quite important. This is how all the buttons and everything runs on within our index.html file. So this is what we're going to do, is we're going to have an event for each button. So I'm going to open that on that side. So I can have document.getElement by ID. I want to first start off with let's start off with the autofill button actually. So I want to do the ID of that button is autofill. Oh, so by the way, script.js, when I refer to document, normally in JavaScript and when you're building web pages, document refers to the web page that you're building, the web page in the browser. But in this case, this is the extension itself. So this is the closed environment of the extension. So I can then reference this ID here. I can grab that. So what I'm going to do is get that element. I'm going to add an event listener, and if that's clicked, I have an anonymous function that well, I can make it do whatever I want. So what I want it to do is to fill in all the details that I've put here onto the browser in one of the tabs. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have chrome.tabs.query active. A lot of this comes from the documentation from Google. So true tabs. Then we're going to send a message. Send to the first tab, ID, and what's the message going to be? We're going to have all of this. We're going to have name is the document dot get element by ID, and we're going to reference that name dot value. So basically what we're doing is we're sending a message, and the message is going to essentially be a dictionary, so with key value pairs. So the key name has the value of the name that we've put in here. So I'm saying get element by ID. The ID is this ID here. on the Chrome extension. And I'm just going to keep on going on with all of these. Okay, hopefully I've done everything right. Let me just double check everything. Yeah, what I can also do is print the response. So function response. And then that's the function, and then I can just say console log response dot status. Okay. Let's just have a look. Yep. So essentially, like I said before, we're going to send this these key value pairs with all the values of all the details here. And when you click the autofill button, this will send this information to one of the browser windows. Okay, so with that, the next thing we can actually do is edit the content.js file. Like I said, what it'll do is it will listen in to those values that we're sending through on script.js. I'll put that here now. It'll listen into all these values, and then it will actually interact with the web page itself and then put those values onto the web page. So let's do that. Chrome.runtime on message listener function request we're going to use try and accept here, try and catch. My inner Python's coming up. And now when we reference document, it's actually the web page itself. So document.get element by ID. And now what we need to do is we have to go back on Supreme. Where is Supreme? Did I close it? I closed it. There we go. And now we have to find all these elements here. Let's minimize that. Okay, so I want to first put in the full name, and the ID of this is over here. So let me maximize that. Where is it? There it is. That's the ID. So I want to grab that ID and I want to put that in here. And then what I want to do is I want to make that value equal request.name. So request is the JSON object that we're sending through. So this stuff here is now equal to request, and if I say request.name, it'll actually get the value here. And remember, this value is actually from our index file. So all the information is being passed through onto our web page. And then I can just keep on doing that. So document.get element, and the next one is the email. So I can go, I can use this to click on the email, and I can look in here, order_email, and copy and paste that in, and you can just keep on going. Okay, perfect. We don't really need to have that open anymore. Okay, so this is a try and catch, so we can catch an error and then we can console log that. But we can also send a response. This is sending a response back with the status. So this will, if anything goes wrong here, which I don't think it should, it'll catch an error. The value of that error will be first logged, like printed out, and then also it'll send it backwards to where it got all this information from, and then that will deal with it downstream. So if we have a look, it'll just print it out again. So it'll print out twice, I guess. But you can change that. Okay, so now what we want to do, let's just fix up our manifest file. Okay, so what we want to have is action default pop-up, and this is our extension.index.html file. So basically this is when you click on the extension button, what pops up, what's the file to show, and this is what we want to show. We want to show that form you need to fill in. We need a content script, and that's our content.js. This is an array. Sorry, I just need to make sure that I write this perfectly. Matches all URLs. And then the JavaScript file that we want is content.js. Okay, if I've done everything right, when we load this up, it should work perfectly. So we got that. There's an error. I spelled that wrong. Scripts with an S. Content scripts. Yeah, clear all. Remember to clear all otherwise the errors from before still pop up. No errors, nice. So we can have a look, my autofiller, and there we go, we've got our autofiller working. So if I go onto Supreme, which I should have open somewhere, let's close that, get that open. If I write in my name, I click autofill. So I was taking some time just to work out there was an issue, but I had no idea where it was coming from. I rewrote a couple of the code and I've literally changed nothing, but I found that it does work. I can't explain it. There was one thing where I had a few commas somewhere. I think it was in this file. I'd put commas at the ends of these, and I just removed those. I added this, but that doesn't really, that one shouldn't make a difference really. Everything else is basically the same. I have no idea what I've changed, but this code will be on GitHub later on if maybe I did miss something. But anyway, just to show you that this does work, if I just refresh that, this is the Chrome extension that we made. I can write my name, autofill, and there we go, my name. You can see some of the other fields. Which are drop down menus just went blank because I've got blank values in here. So this thing works quite nicely. My email, yeah, everything works. There we go. That's cool. So you could even just end it here, and you can just have this here, so you can fill it in, and just at the very end you can autofill it, or we can start sorting out the save and load features, which should be pretty cool. So all this information that you put in is going to be stored locally on your browser. It's not stored on the, well, you can set it to store on your cloud account, your Chrome/Google account, but we're just going to store it locally. So what that means is we need to set that in a manifest file. So let's go back to this. So let's give it some permissions. Oh, I'm struggling to say spell permissions. Storage active tab declarative content. Okay. So we've set that in our manifest file. Now what we want to do is in our script file. Script is the one with the which houses our extension. We want to get these buttons save and load working, so we can do this. Let's have the save button first. Document dot. We're gonna get the element ID. Let's just save. Add event listener. Click anonymous function. Okay, so when you click on it, we're going to set this in storage. Storage.sync.set. Okay, and it's literally the same thing. We have these key value pairs, and that's how things are stored. And I think we can literally just copy and paste this. And then we can say function. So once that's done, we can have a function here which just says saved. Perfect. And then we can do the same thing for loading now. So document dot get element by ID, load, add event listener, click anonymous function, and what we want to do is get those things. So chrome dot storage dot sync dot get, and now we put in an array of the values that we want to get. So it's literally just name, email, and these are the keys. So these are the keys that we've set here to those values, and we just want to get the values to those keys. Telephone. Okay, so once we've got all those with those results, we can then take the values and then put them into our index file, into the input boxes, text boxes. So let's do that. So with that result, we just do document.get element by ID. So this will be name. We're going to get that name there. Value, and then to make it equal to the result dot name, and we just keep on doing that. Document.get. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay, so that should be done. I think that's it. Let's give it a go. So all you need to do is pull up your Chrome extensions. You just click the refresh thing there, and then we can open up website again. I'm just going to do this again. I realized that I think I need to refresh the browser. That's why it wasn't working earlier on for me. And then I can do hello. Let's give that a test. Thank God. Save, close it, open it again, load, and it's loaded here. There we go. So you can save, you can load, you can autofill, and that's really it. I think that's the end of this video. I've showed you guys how to make your own Chrome extension, and this is specifically a autofiller for Supreme. Like I said, you can make this for any website you want. All you have to do is just go inspect element, find the IDs of all the fields that you want to fill, change the format of this, so depending on the fields that you want to fill in. You can also just dress this up by making the index.html file look pretty nice, adding a bit of CSS, a bit of color, a bit of style. But that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I will have a lot more content like this out here on my channel, and do comment any other new videos you want to see. Like I said, I want to try and keep this going. I do enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. And thanks again, and I'll see you next time.